A theater has 32 rows. The first row has 26 seats. The second row has 30 seats. The third row has 34 seats. How many seats in total? Row 1 has 26 seats. Row 2 has 30 seats. Row 3 has 34 seats. Now we need to go all the way to row 32. So we are looking for S of 32. That means 26 in the first row plus 30 in the second row plus 34 in the third row plus all the way to what we need to have here. So let's find R of 32. What is R of 32? How many seats are in row 32? So R32 is the seats in R1 plus D times N minus 1. So let's do that. So you have R1, you have 26 in the first row plus, now each time you are adding 4, so that's your common difference, plus 4 times N, 32 rows, minus 1. So that will be 26, 120, so we have 146 seats on the 32nd row. Now let's find the total number of seats in the theater. So I'll be looking for S32. That would be the number of rows over 2 times how many seats are in row 1 plus how many seats are in row 2. So that would be N. So now I have 32 rows over 2 times 26 plus 146, and that will give me 2752. So I have 2,752 seats. This is my final answer. Let's look at another question. Find the number of terms for. So you have this arithmetic series, and the sum of the series is negative 224. So we need to find n, find the number of terms. So how do we do that? We can start by writing the formula. So we know, let's substitute what we know. We know S of n is negative 224, which is equal to n. We don't know n over 2. A1, we know A1 is a negative 2 plus an. We don't know a of n. We need to find a of n. A of n will be the last term here. So the last term will be a of n, which we don't know. But we can use the arithmetic sequence explicit formula. Let's see if that can help us. So we know a of 1 is negative 2 plus d. What is d? d is negative 10 times negative 10 times n minus 1. Let's simplify this. So we end up with an is equal to negative 2 plus 10n plus 10. That's what you get when you distribute the 10 inside, which ends up being 8 minus 10n. So a of n is equal to 8 minus 10n. So look here, I have this equation and I have this equation. These two equations have an and n, an and n. So I can use substitution to solve. So let's rewrite them properly so we can see what we have. I know that negative 224 is equal to n over 2 negative 2 plus an. That's the first equation. The second equation says an is equal to 8 minus 10n. Now I can see that I can use substitution from here to here. So I end up with, so now I only have one unknown to solve for. Let's see what we have. So I have negative 224 is equal to n over 2. Let me simplify the inside. That will be 6 minus 10n. Then I will distribute n over 2 on the inside. I end up with negative 224 is equal to 3n minus 5n squared. So this is quadratic formula. Let me bring everything to one side. I have 5n squared minus 3n minus 224 is equal to 0. Using the quadratic formula, I get n is equal to negative b, which ends up being 3, plus or minus square root of b squared, that's 9, minus 4 times a, which is 5, times b, which is negative 224, divided by 2a, divided by 2 times 5. If you use a calculator, you will get n with two values. The first value of n will be n equal to 6.4 something. The other one will be n equal to 7. This is the one that we keep because n cannot be a decimal number, and n also cannot be negative, by the way. I think when I did it earlier, n was negative. I'm not sure, you may want to double check, but you will take the positive integer. N has to be either 1 or 2 or 3 because it's a number of terms. So that's it. One last question here. So again, remember we're still talking about an arithmetic series. What are we given? We have the first term. The first term is 4. The common difference is 7. That's 7. And then the series is 228. So let's see if we can find n. The best way to start is writing the formula again. So that gives us S of n, that's 228, which is equal to n, and that's what we are looking for, over a of 1, which is 4, plus a of n, we don't know it yet, divided by 2. Can we find a of n? Again, we use the explicit formula for the arithmetic sequence. So that would be a1, which is 4, plus d, which is 7, times n, which we're looking for, minus 1, and then we distribute 4 plus 7n minus 7. I end up with an equal to negative 3 plus 7n. And this is the a of n that I'm going to substitute inside here to find n. Let's do that. So we say 228 is equal to n, 4 plus an, which is negative 3 plus 7n over 2. I can multiply by 2 on both sides to simplify things around, which is equal to n1 plus 7n. When I distribute that, I get n plus 7n squared. I bring everything on one side, we have 0 is equal to 7n squared plus n minus 456, and then we use the quadratic formula to say that n is equal to, so you get two values for n. The first one gives me 8, the second one gives me negative 8.1, so obviously I will choose this one.